Go live. Go live. Hello. Okay, I think we're live. Somebody will flag me in a comment in a moment to tell me I'm not live or whatever. But hey, welcome back. This is season 3, the big debut. Really quick, I just want to acknowledge both myself and my lovely guest, Aladean Kheroufi, are located on Treaty 6 territory. This is Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Traditionally is Amaskwaci, the home of the Dene, Métis, Blackfoot, Nakota Sioux, and I'm forgetting Anishinaabe. And anyway, I just want to say that very quickly. It's very important. And welcome back to the season 3 debut. This is Mr. Aladean Kheroufi. We've known each other parallel lives for a handful of years, and he is mega talented. He is a multi-instrumentalist, producer, arranger, songwriter. He is what you need to be able to do these days, and he does it amazingly. So, hey, Dean, you want to say hello?
Hello, thanks for having me. I'm very happy to be here. It's nice to speak to another human.
Yes, we are both humans, and it is very nice to not just be sitting in my house alone, which
Yeah.
All right, so let's just get into it. What have you been doing for the last, we won't dwell on it, but we are 10 months into this thing. What have you been doing?
A lot of hoping for the best, but expecting the worst. That occupies a lot of my day. But I'm still making a lot of tunes, recording a bunch, and I'm in my studio right now. So mostly working on tunes here and cooking at home, trying to read more unsuccessfully.
Unsuccessfully?
Yeah, well, I mean, I always tell myself I'm gonna read more and be like, oh, I'll finish this book in this much time. It just takes so long for me.
Oh yeah, you gotta make deadlines for your homework.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm the teacher in this situation, so pretty easy to procrastinate.
I would say the opposite. I've been the opposite, where I'll be like, oh, I've got to have a song written by this day, and instead I'll read a book, which is great. I've read it's the only stat I'm proud of this year. I think I've read 14 books this year, which is a lot for me.
Already in 2021?
No, not 2021. In 2020.
That's what I see.
And but I've written fewer songs than that. So whatever. We're here. How long has this stream been going on for? Sorry, I have the comments on the side here. I try to keep up if people have questions. Today, the stream has been going for 3 minutes. In general, this is the 3rd season. I try to do 6 episodes. A few months. Okay, so you've been working on songs, trying to read. Me too. Right now, you're obviously located back in Edmonton, correct?
I'm in Edmonton, yes.
Right. I was just brushing up on your old bio, and I know we've chatted before. Your family before is from Algeria, right? So you're Algerian Canadian. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, my dad's from Algeria. He's from a small town called Azeba. Spent most of his time in his adult life in Algiers, the capital. And yeah, he moved to Canada just a year or 2 before I was born.
Right. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I remember we chatted once. I think I picked you up from the airport, and we kind of just
You did, yeah. Oh,
we didn't even know each other very well, and I was like, yeah, let's just ask him all about his life.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's super cool. Okay, I want to talk to you about your music. So I'm a big fan. I'm just secretly listening to "Sorry If I Hurt You" every day. It's sneaks its way into my playlist. It's really fun. It's really fun music. I hope that's a good way to describe it. I think people like having fun. It's really soul influenced. It's very vintage. It's very warm. There's tubes, I'm sure, running everything through them. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your music? Maybe plug something? I don't know. What's going on with your music?
Yeah, I mean, I'll talk about that song, "Sorry If I Hurt You."
Sure, that's my favorite now.
Thank you. Well, it's funny because everyone always says oh, it sounds so warm and analog, and you're saying everything's running through tubes. Mm-hmm. But to be honest, that one is almost I used the shittiest interface you could use for everything on while I was recording it. And I recorded that one just a lot while I was touring with other bands. So I would just travel with a 57. I guess I had one kind of nice preamp I was plugging into it, but that I was traveling with as well. But it was I was using a 2009, 2010 MacBook a year or 2 ago when I was recording it. So it was crashing all the time, would do vocals just into a 57, Then I did vocals in. We had a couple of days off on a tour in Germany. Like, so we booked an Airbnb just outside of Munich, like this little cabin. So
Very
I
cool.
just for that there, and like, but yeah, most of it. That one is just like kind of just recorded to the computer, like kind of shittily, I guess. One mic on most things. Very simple.
Wow. That's
So
really cool. I'm trying to dissect, not over dissect, I guess what you'd call the creative process for everything throughout this pandemic. It's forced me to stop, you know. Um, yeah, we were finishing our first album cycle, which is, you know, where you know this, I'm just kind of explaining it for everybody, where you release it and then you go and you promote it, right? You made this thing, you're going to go and show it off, you're touring, you're traveling. And then that obviously got cut short. So I delved back into my brain and thought, like, how do these projects get made from top to bottom again? You know, this is my first crack at it, and I've almost forgot how we even started it. What were the inklings? So I want to ask you a little bit about that creative process. So you said that track, as an example, you pieced together on the road. What came first? So are you writing rhythm tracks on your computer using the keyboard? Are you banging along? Is somebody playing it with you? Are you lyrics first? Can you walk me through that at all?
yeah, I almost all of my songs, I write the song first. It's the song is done before I even touch. Pardon?
What is the song?
As in like guitar and piano and voice.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Lyrics, melody, and chords, I guess. So, you know, like I probably wrote that one. I generally write my songs way slower.
Yeah.
I like usually it's like sadder sound. I'm like, man, you gotta pick this up. Like
sometimes they fall out though.
exactly. Yeah. It's like I just want like more upbeat a lot of times. So it's like, I mean, I remember writing like the melody and like the just like having like I like sorry if I hurt you, like that idea of like the song. Like I was walking in.
If I hurt you.
Thank you. Like the first voice memo I have from that, I was walking, I was spending some time in New York. I was walking from a bar to the apartment I was staying at, and I have a voice memo of just like me kind of like mumbling it because I was like scared someone around me in the subway was gonna be like, what's this asshole doing? So yeah, so it's like that's kind of how it started, and I think I wrote it mostly there. And then I always go back and forth between piano and guitar when I'm writing a song, because I think it just brings out different things, different chord voicings. I can on piano, I feel like I can move around more freely and try like different sounds. But then guitar, I feel like I can get more of like a rhythmic, like more idea of what the song is sounding. So yeah, I write the song first, as in like chords, melody, lyrics. That's always done. And then I guess this one, what I did, it wasn't fully done, but I'll get into that in a second. And then after that, then I always try to record bass, guitar, and drums live, everyone in the same room. I do that, and then yeah,
have that. Hard to do. I'll just tell everybody that's a very hard thing to do. That means everybody's locked in. Maybe you're a touring band and all this and that. I don't always have that luxury, so sometimes I got to come in and piece it together on the fly. So that's super cool. That warm live feel is very special.
I think that's what gives that song a lot of like the old feel that like people like talk about on it. It's like, yeah, we recorded bass, drums, guitar live, like no metronome, no click track, just like count it off and then whatever
off the wall.
Okay. It's fine. Yeah, and then after that, that's kind of how I start all my recording process. And then I have the stuff on a hard drive, or if I'm working onto tape, then I'll transfer it onto the hard drive after, and then I go digital there. And then I just kind of have it for like a few months, and then little by little, it's like I'll like have a few songs ready. You'll be like, oh, I need piano, so I'll go to somewhere that has a piano and then record piano in like 3 or 4 songs. Or if you need vibraphone, or if you need percussion, and I think
like your core tracks that you're building around, and that's your rhythm section, probably your bass in there.
Yeah.
And then of course your writing instrument. That's okay. That's super cool. It's a classic traditional way of doing it, and it conveniently gets rid of all of the some of the guessing where you have infinite possibilities to tweak and change all the time, which is super cool.
Exactly, yeah. Especially with like not being into a click, you can't really like delete a part out of there, like of like the bed tracks of the drums, bass, and guitar, or like try to like, you know, add half a verse somewhere or add another verse. It's like that's the song.
You live with it. Yeah, you work with it.
Yeah, and then it's a lot of me being frustrated of like wondering what other part should be on there. Me like yelling at my computer because I can't play it properly. And
yeah, I've been there. I'm trying to keep up with the chat here a little bit too. I got to make sure sometimes I'm not just asking you questions that I want to know, that hopefully somebody else cares about as well. Somebody just asked me, what's my process?
Yeah.
I would say it is all over the place. I do know that Mr. Aladean Kheroufi has been in this game a little bit longer than me, and I want to get to that question in a second. I've had a very roundabout way of coming to music and becoming the songwriter and becoming the primary songwriter and all these things. So honestly, I'm still treading through the weeds. What I'll do oftentimes is we have something in common. We'll do the voice memo. We're hoping nobody's hearing us on the walk home from the bar, and it'll be a line or it'll be a melody or sometimes a rhythm. And maybe you'll dig that back out and maybe you won't. So there's a whole library of those things. And then another time you'll just sit down and go, I'm just going to work with a chord progression today and something will fall out. And that'll
I get a
happen.
question, Ian,
Sure.
about the voice memos. Do
Yeah.
you name them?
I do sometimes. I kind of like that they geotag them. And as I've been fortunate enough to do, we've both been fortunate enough to do, we get to travel to some cool places with our music. So sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, Brooklyn. This is gonna be the Brooklyn song. But generally, if I'm, let's say, in the right headspace to do it at the time, and I'm smart enough and it's coherent enough, I will name it and hopefully I come back to it. Or if it's adding on to a current idea, I will name it and be like, hey, this is an instrumental idea. But I am notoriously disorganized in my creative work. I have notebooks that have dead ends and other notebooks at another location that I need to piece together. So it is work like anything else. And you sound like you have a great workflow, and I'm always trying to get more insight on workflow, which is why I have Dean here today. I think I'd ask this question again. What kind of music have you been listening to lately? Let's ask Dean that question because I'm really curious.
Oh, there's like three things I'm listening to a lot right now. A few things. Record just came out this past Friday. A guy named Aaron Fraser, a record called Introducing. I'm listening to that a bunch. I really like that kind of soul sounding.
Describe soul kind of stuff.
Yeah, soul. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's singing like this really beautiful high falsetto.
Cool.
I like that. This record by a guy named Omar Apollo called Apollo Nino or something. It's like way poppier sounding. I like it though.
Yeah.
I've also listened to like a bunch of like, obnoxious is the wrong word, but like big pop songs, like Drake and like Post Malone, which isn't usually my vibe, but I know I go along with Fox and like it just feels right. Like it's like heavy and like it's like cheesy to me or like relatable. Like, you know, the lyrics are so like supposed to like relate to everyone. You're like walking like, yeah, totally.
Yeah, they do. There's a magic. I have that ice cream chillin', ice cream chillin'. I have that in my head for a month.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm sitting at home. Ice cream chillin'.
It's fun to listen to music like that, especially if I'm just like at home, like doing the dishes or like having to do laundry or something. It's just like,
yeah.
Like I can like almost, I think that stuff is cool, but you can kind of turn your brain off to a certain extent, just being like, no, this is tight. This is like, I like this. Just move around the house. I like it.
I find a lot of the time you fall in love with what I'll call the idiosyncrasies. You know, the little errors or the little things that aren't on purpose in a song. What's the song it's really popular right now? So hot you're hurting my feelings, right? So hot you're hurting my feelings.
Yeah. I'm also bad at keeping up to pop music. That's also why I've been trying to.
It's impossible. That's a big problem. Like I would say now, overarching umbrella of today is how can you possibly keep up with everything?
There's so much stuff. Yeah.
So much stuff. Let's move on to the next question. How do you break through a block? I wrote a song a while ago and I haven't had the creativity to write another. Any advice? I'll answer this one really quickly. Good things take time is one answer. Second answer is work, and writing something is better than writing nothing 100% of the time. And you keep doing that and you fill up notebooks and you get better at it. Dean, do you have any maybe nicer advice than that?
Yeah, I do say when I have writer's block, I totally change what I'm writing. As in, like, say I'm writing a song that's supposed to be under my own name that's like sounds like those stuff I've put out, and nothing's coming. What I do a lot of times, I do these little like fun exercises where it's just making like minute-long songs that are like instrumentals that think of them as like loops or something, just something totally like you'll never use it maybe, or you'll just put it in a folder and you'll just have, I know I have like dozens of them where I'm just like, I'm gonna work on a song. Basically, you can just like find like one like little riff that I like, and think of it like a library record, like when people are like, you know, almost things that I think would be like sampleable in hip hop. Something that someone would pick it up and be like, oh, I could do that. I could add drums to that, and like someone could rap over it. So yeah, I make like little minute-long like something that I think someone would want to sample because I just think it's fun.
That's a really cool way to attack it. I get invested in those projects and I go, oh, I'm stuck in the weeds. I might as well be in the weeds on something that I'm going to work on, which I think is why I tend to see through the vast majority of the ideas that I do. And I would not say I'm a fast writer, but I would say if I come out and I say I have a kind of a complete song, I'm less likely to write it off. I'm more likely to work with it, which I think is double-edged. So, the good side is I'll get something out of it, but the bad side is, are you polishing a turd? You always have doubt.
Well, I like leaving it when something's half done, like you're kind of doing it and you're just like, oh, I just gotta like take my head away from it and work on something else that's still musical. Because I feel like when you write something else that's like totally unrelated to what you're usually doing, that is basically just for yourself, then when you come back to it, you kind of have this renewed like energy to it, or like musical energy where you're like, oh, I did something else, now I feel like I've got something out. It's also like, oh, I made something. So then that will destroy the writer's block. It's like, oh, I'm in a roll. And, maybe I'll do like one like little loop, like minute-long like song, but maybe I'll do like 5, and then I'll you just try to find the inspiration somewhere else and hope that it carries on to what you were working on before.
Right. And that leads me right on to my next question. Somebody just asked me a question. I have so many questions for you today. This is great. What do you enjoy doing outside of making music? I know you have a lovely social of friends in Edmonton and abroad, and normally we'd get to all hang out with them. But do you do anything else creatively? I've recently taken up stop motion animation, which is really hard, I'm learning. And, as I've told you a handful of times, my younger brother is an animator, and encouraged me to try something out. So do you try anything else outside of music to to block your creative block? Creative block, or to just do something else?
Yeah, I guess this isn't a creative thing, but like, I buy a lot of records. I like finding new records. That's something I do, but that's also music. But like, I find also listening to music is a great way to break down the walls of like a creative block, because you can just you hopefully get new ideas. I cook a lot at home. I like trying new recipes. And then, but for something to like kind of get my mind off stuff, is I watch a lot of sports.
Oh, nice. Any favorites?
Pardon?
Any favorites?
Yeah, but I do watch a lot. Like I watch hockey, I watch baseball, I watch basketball, and I watch Premier League soccer. So I pay close attention to those.
Okay. Was my volume cutting out there? Okay?
Yeah, you were. It did for a second, but you're back now.
Nice. I'm excited. I'm very excited for hockey to start back up in 2 days here. Basketball, I've started to keep more of a track on. Baseball, it's kind of really long. There's a billion games. It's kind of hard.
What I like about when I watch baseball is, unless it's like a really important game, I'm probably not having my eyes on the TV the whole time. Well, not TV. I guess the computer. But like, it'll be more like I'll put it on in the background somewhere, and just like while I'm doing other stuff.
Right.
That's kind of what I.
Yeah, for sure. Do you remember being in a bar, maybe it's after a show or something, and you're just like enjoying your drink of whatever choice, and they're playing that 30-minute baseball highlight in the background?
Yeah, Blue Jays in 30.
That's the best. I miss that.
Yeah, I like that because especially like those like 30-minute condensed games, and then just like take more and stuff. Yeah.
American football. I don't believe he's referring to American football. You said Premier League, so
soccer. Like English football, as in soccer. I don't watch a lot of American football. I'll watch the Super Bowl. I might watch some playoff games, but I don't stay up to date really in the NFL.
it's a culture. It's a culture for me, and I won't go into it. It's just kind of like it's not something I jive with, and
Yeah.
that's part of what I like about it. There's lots of things that I do and don't jive with, obviously, but
Mhm.
yeah, that's never been a big winner for me either. I want to get on to some music stuff here. We're hitting the 20-minute mark, and I don't want to keep everybody too long. I like to keep these short and snappy, and it's been really fun having you on so far. We talked briefly before we started about upcoming projects. So you told me about your own label that you have, which is Keeping On Records, which is super cool. You can all look up these things, by the way. If you want to go into the bio, description, sorry, you can see there's links to Aladean Kheroufi's Bandcamp. Absolutely go there and support him. That's first and foremost. Secondly, it does help us as well to give him a follow on Spotify, so that is linked as well. Is there anything upcoming that you want to plug, that you're excited about? Anything recent that you want to tell us about?
Like there's nothing that's going to be coming out right away. I'm like just kind of figuring out the next single, just finishing it up now. But probably like end of February, start of March, there'll be a new song from me from the label Keep It On. There's we put out a single by my friend Cameron O'Neill. Came out in November. You can check that out at keepingon.net. And then we'll be releasing another song from him also in the spring with a nice physical 45 RPM 7-inch record.
Which we can order on Bandcamp, I presume.
When it comes out.
Yes.
Eventually, yeah. I'll probably on Bandcamp or maybe through like directly through a site. But yeah, it will be absolutely, you'll be able to get it.
We'll post it and you'll all be able to see it because we'll be following Mr.
Yeah,
Let's go out on a song here. Would you like to go first or should I go first?
I'm cool either way. How does it usually go?
I think it actually flip-flops all the time. I'm pumped to hear what you have. I want to give you the last number here, and I'm just going to do a snippet of a song. I think this might be the title track on my next album coming out here, but I really don't know, and I rely a lot on production process, working with somebody really to help me arrange and produce top to bottom. And I have no shame in saying that. I'm reading a lot, and that's what lots of people do, and it's however it gets made. So this is what came out of my brain, and I think I'm calling it Loving right now. It's just a little story about this year, I guess. Let's tune that up. Sorry about the wait here. I guess if I had anything to plug, it would be, well, you're obviously here, you're listening. We will be back every Monday, probably for the next 5 weeks or so. I have some guests I'm very excited about, not the least of which was Dean today to kick us off. So you can take a second now and like go follow him on stuff. Come on. Damn bathtub. Okay. All right. Time is a lover, always pushing advances. 10,000 hours learning our respective dances. When all I do is think of words for you to sing on the ride home. But if there's no ride home, there's no song. I love the squirrels in my backyard, not the thief who took my lawn chair and the shit beside my car. Well, it's August 25th. I was only gone 5 minutes in the hot late summer heat to pick some bad Chinese food from across the street. Back to watching currents on the LED. Another email rolls by, another day in the caffeine. You could take anything of mine. You can cry for the rain or wait for the sun to shine. You can take everything of mine, and I'd still have everything. It's all part of loving, being kind. You're always dancing around my mind. My love is enough to keep us up at night. It's always enough to make it. I'll leave it there. It's kind of a longer one. I don't know how I'm going to chop it all up yet, but there's half a story for you. And yeah, I very quickly thank you all for being here so far. Let's kick it off at the very end here with a song from Mr. Aladean Kheroufi. What are you going to play for us?
I'm gonna play a brand new one because I don't get to play brand new songs for anyone, really. So this one won't even be on the next record. It's just new, and I thought it'd be fun to do because I don't get to show anyone my songs other than texting people a voicemail.
We'll show the internet. I'll sell this stream.
Exactly. Yeah. Unreleased bootleg it.
Bootleg.
I'll have my permission. Probably shouldn't have said that because I think saying that you have my permission legally gives you my permission.
I will go back and we'll get rid of that. We'll get 200 views on this, so we'll see what happens. Thank you all for the applause. I see your little yellow hands waving. Dean, what would you like to play? What's it called?
Brand new one. This one's called Here With Me.
Here With Me.
Cool. World premiere, I guess.
Worldwide.
Okay. Your heart is my heart. Since you said goodbye, I've been waiting on the sidelines for another try. Even though you might not feel the same way, I still love you like I did on the telephone in May. Surrounded by concrete, this could not be real. On a mobile line, my heart you would steal. Before to let you go, fool to care. I know your love I could never share. I wish that you were still here with me. I wish that you were still here with me. I wish that you were still here with me. I wish that, hey, your heart was my heart. Patiently I'll wait for any chance to step up to the plate. Swing for the cheap seats, swing like a pendulum. I'm your puppet on a string, baby, mechanic like a metronome. I wish that you were still here with me. I wish that you were still here with me. I wish that you were still here with me. I wish that, hey, your heart is my heart. Since you said goodbye, I've been waiting on the sidelines for another try. A fool to let you go, not a fool to care. I know your love I could never share. I wish that you were still here with me. I wish that you were still here with me. I wish that you were still here with me. I wish that you were still here with me.
Very nice. Very nice. We can always rely on Dean for a lovely, feel good soul song. Thanks so much for playing that. That was really cool. And thank you for joining us today. We're just at the 30-minute mark, and I think we'll pretty much wrap it up there. You're getting lots of little yellow hands in the comments section, so everybody's very happy, and everybody will go check you out on these things. It costs you nothing, and then we get to see Dean's beautiful face whenever he posts something new. So that's the world we live in. We live on the internet, but we are real people, and you can definitely reach out to us anytime if you like our music, if you don't like our music, if you whatever you want. So thanks all for being here. Thanks, Dean. Dean, hold on a sec. I'll chat with you after, but I will say goodbye to everybody else. We'll see you next week, same time.
Bye.
Bye. Hey.